Hello everyone, welcome back to channel, welcome back to RAILGRADE. We're continuing today with region 24.5 bonus mission A. We're gonna go out this little snake here and then we're gonna continue further to the left. We just made it to this crossroads right here that we finished up in the last episode, Prime Slime. Take a look at that if you are interested as well. But let's kick off this mission for today. Should be 1.5 hours. Hopefully we can do it a little bit quicker than that so we can keep our S rank here. Alright, this was by far the longest loading screen I've seen so far. Luckily you guys don't need to experience that. So this mission, see the proposition. Delivered. We actually need to build something here. It is an experimental atmospheric seeder. We're calling it TEASE. It's ready for construction. Once it's complete we can begin a test run of the machine. So this is what we are building. We need a massive amount of a little bit of everything. So bunch of concrete, bunch of steel, some heavy tools, few mainframes and quite a bit of motors. I found these usually benefits the most from building the most expensive stuff that you're able to, which would be the mainframe. With that said, I think for today we're actually going to have to either try motors or heavy tools. Mainframes cost 16,000 just the building itself. I don't think with 42 grand we will be able to actually get that up and functioning. So we're gonna check motors and we're gonna check heavy tools and see what they actually need. Maybe something needs steel or concrete, for example. That would be really handy. So yeah, you can see the framer is 16,000 here. If you have 42,000, that's gonna go away really quickly. If you look at the heavy tools, you can see that it actually needs steel and motors and also some widgets. So that's fairly easy to produce. And then we have the motor assembly, which needs steel and wire as well. So steel seems to be something that we universally need. And then we also need some widgets. That seems to be what's needed here. So let's see if we can set this up. Maybe we should check first where we have everything that we will be needing then. So coal mines up here it looks like. While this loading screen came up, there was also a notice that these sandbanks does not actually allow you to build any construction on it. So you can't actually put anything on top of these. Right there it seems like it works, but yeah, everything else here, there is no space for placing stuff, mostly. At least that's what they told me. So yeah, we have some oil patches right here, we have a little bit of irons right here, and we have what we have here. We have some water over here. This seems to be holding some silica, and in the bottom left hand corner we have some copper veins, and then we're back to the coal. So we have a little bit of everything. I like that there's a lot of oil. I used a lot of oil usually. So that's gonna come in handy. We don't need anything with a city, it looks like. We have all of the worker houses right here, 100 workers to use and 42 grand. So kinda just get going, I guess. Something that we know that we need is going to be a steel mill. Therefore I'm gonna place him just smack dab in the middle here. He's gonna need stuff from coal and he's gonna need stuff from iron. Next up we needed heavy tools, right? Heavy tools is going to need motors, steel and widgets. And motors... Actually the mainframe needs widgets as well. What about the motors? The motors needs steel and... that stuff. So if I put you over here and then we put the not boosters but these heavy works right here, I think that's gonna be pretty good. And then this guy can kinda just supply both of these. At least I hope so. One every 32 seconds and this one needs one every 16 seconds. That should make this guy able to produce both that and also put in some of the steel here. We will be able to add to that eventually if we need to as well, but not needed right now. And from here we're gonna need some widgets and also the motors from over here. So if I go like that, we can have the motors go from here over to there. And they will also be able to put in motors right here, which is very good. What else are we going to need? You're gonna need some widgets as well. We only got 29,000 left now, so maybe we should start by getting these motors up and running, which is going to need some wire coilers. I'm gonna start with one because we don't have that much personnel here. So if we do that, we can then have you go... Maybe I should have you go above instead. There's a reason for that, because I think we're gonna have to bring in coal and copper here. And that can go underneath instead. This is gonna, of course, make its way over here to the copper. And let's see. Right there. There. And then this is going to just sneak around here somehow. That should do pretty well. We still have 26,000 actually, so not doing that bad, honestly. Let's try to get one further this way so we can fit in one more if we need to right here. Yes, we can. That's good. Actually, is there a reason to do this, or should we just... What if we do this instead? That's pretty good. Then we don't have to go up and down as much. Alright, so that I think is everything that we need for the motor assembly. So I just bought some coal from over here and we brought some iron from over here. The routes here is going to be quite expensive because we need these massive ramps all the time. But I think that's fine. That should be everything that we need for the motors. Of course, the wire is going to be needed more. 4 every 32 seconds. These are producing 2 every 32 seconds. So we need 1 more of these. I guess we can kind of satisfy that already. These are not that expensive. It's $1,000 more or less. And they will be able to input everything into there. You are also getting all of the iron and coal that you need. Probably not what you need per second. So you need... These actually need to be 4 of them to satisfy that. And this guy, I think, needs to be doubled. Yeah. We're not going to do that right now, though. That's a lot more expensive than to fill out all of the wire that we need. And then we have this guy. We still have 19,000, so I'm going to continue building out this guy as well. He's requiring widgets, and that's about it. Once we have that up and running on him, then he will be in good shape. Widgets are produced with plastics. And there is... I guess what we could do here is do it right next to him here. Like that, and I think that they will still reach if there is a... No? Damn it. Kinda hoping that would work. So that's not gonna work. Instead, we need to do what? Maybe have it go here instead then? What if we go tools die right here? Something like... Yeah, let's do that maybe. How many of these are we gonna need? 1 widget every 32 seconds. You need 1 every 16. So we technically need 2 of these. Which means that this is not the best layout. Should probably have you right there instead. Then what? Then we are going to need whatever is going to make the plastic for him. I like using oil for that. I know that the coal doesn't have any large differences either. I just prefer oil, usually. So that's what we're gonna do, and honestly think... Yeah, what if we go with that right here? Then we can have him go like that. That'll cover both of those. And then you will go up this way. And then down to here. We'll get some oil onto here. It's probably gonna do 2 of them eventually. But for now, let's be satisfied with 1. Until we know that we can actually fit everything into there. Alright. So that's them going with the widgets as well, which means that you are actually good to go. Which means that I am feeling kind of confident that we can get this to actually produce now. Yeah. So what if we start with you only have 4, you only have 4. What about if we start over here? We actually got a new train for this time around as well, so we have the kettle engine right now. It's a budget version of a lot of the other trains. As a large steam boiler tuned for high torque, a budget way to improve hill climbing that has limited weight capacity by itself, so it's not very good just by itself. But if you have, for example, a custom engine that doesn't have very good weight, or even a workhorse, even the boiler you can actually improve quite a bit just from the fact that the kettle engine is way quicker. But since we have so much money already, I'm actually going to use the spark engine. And we're going to pull 6 tiles behind him. And that's going to be pretty good. So we do that. We'll put one of the spark engines right here as well. He's going to go with 4 coal. And we're going to put one of them right here. He's going to go with 4 copper. And then we also need one right here. And the reason you get that new train is because a lot of the trains goes up and down these ramps. So if you want to make it like on a budget, you can use that train to significantly boost the production for others as well. Not really something I worry about too much today though. We will keep an eye on all of these and see how they will be producing. We actually need another one of you already. And that is you guys producing, so we're gonna put a boiler with 2 of those. Actually, we could expand these and do 4. That's an option. And what he will do, he will actually do every second one now. So half of the steel will go into this guy, half of the steel will go into this guy, and then the other half will go into here. So he split it 3-way more or less evenly. That should be pretty good. Now we're seeing this coming up as well, so let's go with some wires. How is this looking? You're actually also producing now. Very good. And this guy is now getting what he's needing. Unfortunately, you will be producing 2 motors every 32 seconds, so that's not a lot. So that's another 2,000. I guess what we can do then is to start producing even more of this copper. Definitely will be needing that. So if we double that, then he didn't even fill up. Wow, okay. Let's do you with a couple more, so we do 6 tiles on you. And then let's get this guy with motors. That'll be good. So he will again split it between these 2 fairly evenly. And now we're producing these heavy tools as well, so let's get those on there. Maybe I should have had 2 of those. Alright, so we're now producing steel, heavy tools, and motors. So we just need the concrete and the mainframes to be going rock solid here. However, I want to get this producing as quickly as possible first. So before we have that, then I'm just gonna continue building this out, I think. And part of doing that is actually to add more trains to these coal mines. So we'll do 1 more there. Okay, looks like we might be able to keep up now. So next up we're gonna add 1 more iron to this right here. And that is going to need a little bit more of that stuff. And upkeep here is not actually that good. So if we want to improve that, we can do this. Go there, and then this guy is gonna go here. There. Get myself a train. Do that. And now the upkeep for this guy should be significantly better. We might actually need a few more of these trains. Once we have the money for it. Okay, uptime on the steam mill is creeping up nicely here. I've just been adding new iron trains all the time. So we now, I think we're running 4 trains on this route. Yeah. How did you end up on the wrong side of this? You damn idiot. I think all the other ones are going the correct way at least. Yeah. Weird. What are you doing? Bud. Turn around. Yeah, I don't know what that was all about. Maybe the oil trains weren't changed over? I think I did it with C, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. So that's him delivering as well. I guess with that we should be able to get this going. You are now producing as much as you can. Are you ever getting any motors? Don't know, eventually the motors will fill up here and then everything will go to the heavy works anyway. Alright, so let's then get our concrete on here. Concrete should be really simple, it's just water and silica. So get you down there, find ourselves a water pump. And then he is gonna go up here. Really? Let's see. Like that, and then you are gonna go something like that. That should be pretty good. Get ourselves a couple of these on here. Definitely not a boiler, but a spark engine. Start with 4 of them. We're also gonna need some of this silica. And that should cover the silica that we need. Don't have enough money for a train just yet. I actually built this a little bit further away than I expected. Oh well, let's do that then. You're getting the water that you need. How much do you need for each of these? You need 2 silica every 16 seconds and 1 water. Water is producing 1 every 16 seconds, so that's fine. And this is producing 2 silica every 16 seconds, so that's also fine. And we just need this guy to pull... You do 4 or 8? You do 8, okay. Let's do this guy with 6 of them then. That should... I think he will be able to keep up with that on his own, potentially. I'd need 1 more train. Steel, heavy tools, motors, all coming in right now. Let's get you on there. That should get us going. Very nice. Then that's that. Next up we need a framer, but as I mentioned in the earlier, we need that 16,000 for that to be a thing. So instead, let's make sure that we have all of the things that we need right here. Right now, doesn't really look like it's the case. Need 1 motor every 16 seconds. These are producing 2 every 32 seconds. So that's just barely enough for this guy to do what he needs. But I think that's fine. Uptime for this is not full. How come? Because it needs 2 of those, right? 2 crude oil every 16 seconds. You're producing 1 every 16. Yeah. Then let's expand our production of oil. So from here, do like that. Something like that. Expand you this way. Get this guy to do a couple more of crude oil. And then these are gonna do widgets. Get some workers in there. That should be pretty good. How much widgets do you need? One every 16 seconds. This is one every 32, so he is good as he is. I think CPUs, which we need for the other one, is also gonna need those, if I'm not mistaken. CPU needs... no. What? Oh, you need the... okay. Okay, so we're gonna put you right here, potentially? Or do we want him somewhere else? Kramer needs CPU, wire, and widgets. Yeah, he will go right here. And then we will have the CPUs on the other side of him. So he's gonna go there, we're gonna put you right here then. Then we're gonna need wires to come in right here. Something like that. Get myself at least one wire coiler. He's there, this guy's here. We'll put you right here. And wires for the CPU fab is 2 every 16 seconds. This does 2 every 32, so that's another one that we need. And that is a lot more of these that we're gonna need as well. So that is 5 of those. We need 2 for this guy, and we need 2 for this guy, so we actually need 6 of these. The easiest way to fix that would be to start upgrading them eventually. Potentially we could have some coming from over here as well. I don't really like that idea, but it is possible to do that. I think we're gonna leave it like this though. I don't think you actually need fully 2 of those. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. I think it's fine though. Think it's fine though. And that way these should start producing. So we're gonna need... CPU lab is 8 grand, so that's not gonna happen in a little bit. Instead we're gonna work on these neon facilities, and that's gonna go... so we're gonna have one right there, CPU lab right here, and then this guy can go right here then. Yeah. Alright, so we are going to be producing reactives for the neon gas, and we're gonna need 2 of these eventually, so I'm gonna do something like that, and then we're gonna have the oil refinery right here. And if we get that going, it's gonna be easier to move the reactives over there than to move the oil itself. I think we might actually have benefited of doing that with the plastics as well. Plastics are also actually 2 oil into 1 plastic, so it's easier to move the plastics. But oh well, that is what it is. Too late now. Should have thought about that earlier. So we'll do that, get some oil onto there, and then we'll get some workers into there. And I think we can just bring these straight over, honestly. I don't think we need to complain that much about this. We can kind of just do what we need to do, bring these guys over to, I think it's right here. Yeah, those are the reactives. And we're actually gonna need 2 of these, if I'm not mistaken. Because you do 1 every 16 seconds. This I think need 2 every 16 seconds. Yes. So we're also needing 1 more oil well, and we can actually fit at least 1 oil well here if we wanted to, but I think I'm gonna use these and put the next oil refinery around here instead. That should be pretty good. Maybe I can split it. Put one oil well here and then one just on corner here. And then have the oil refinery here. That's a good option. First off, we're gonna need train, spark engine, this guy. Definitely no more than 4 needed. He will take these and he will bring them where they need to go. Yes, for this guy to produce neon. And then we just need the money for everything else. So we're currently waiting for the CPU lab, which is 8 grand. Should be done any moment now. How's this looking? You have constant upkeep, so that's not even remotely an issue. Not even remotely an issue. You both are running 100%. You're now working. These are full. Okay, we're now producing some neon here as well. I would be expanding this already, but I think we need to get the CPU and the frames up and running. Because once we have that, then we can just dump into concrete everything else that we need, that we have here. For the next, like, hour that we have left of this mission. But yeah, we have everything set up here to start producing now, more or less. Which is nice. 8,000 in the bank here, and then we can start getting going here. Okay, that should get us all of the silica that we need as well. Actually, probably gonna need a little bit more than that. You do 3 silica every 16 seconds. These guys, I think, did 2 every 16 seconds. Yeah, so we're gonna need 1 more. Then let's just secure that we have that. Feel like that isn't that big a deal, so get 1 more on here when we have the money for it. And maybe 2 trains will be able to keep up with this with a little bit of luck. Looks like it should be able to. Alright, so that is the CPUs being produced. You guys should probably actually bring back some waste as well. Same thing with this guy. Bring back some waste. Can we have you guys bring back waste as well? Will you reach that? No. Don't think you will. No. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. If you need to get rid of waste, we can just bring that out here and slash it or something. So that's him. Anything else to keep in mind here? These are going to be producing too much now. That's like a given. I think that's fine. You're producing 1 waste every 16 seconds. That's 4 every minute, more or less. These are using 3 every minute, right? No, it's using 1 every 90 seconds. It's using... Is that divided by 3? It's using 2 every 30 seconds? Okay. Fine. It's gonna have to do. Are you keeping up now? Close. Can we do a little bit better here? If we get 1 more of you onto here. 1 more train onto there. These are looking good. You're looking okay. These guys are not really producing the way we want them to. Both of you are fine. Could bring this over here. Maybe not like that, but above. With a diesel. That works. Couple of those. He will not be producing massive amounts, so that should be fine. Alright, then we just need to get those 16,000 to get the framer up and running, and then we have everything producing. Definitely need the concrete to be producing a lot more though. So if I were to put a concrete production facility right here, I could have him go to that. Another one of you and some workers. Maybe put some power into these as well. That, and like that. You go here. And let's hope that works. Oh, you're using a catalyzer now as well. That's gonna be hard to keep up with, I do believe, because these do not have any catalyzers at all. Alright. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's see if we can get those 16,000, or at least closer to it, and then I will expand from there. Alright, let's help ourselves to a small loan here, and then we can get our framer built here as well. We should have the majority of stuff already available for it. So this should be CPUs. We should have wire as well for this, right? Yes. And you need 3 wires every 32 seconds. That's the same as you? No. Alright, so we're gonna have to plunk down. Where do we have wires? Wire coilers. You also need widgets. 3 widgets every 32 seconds. That's actually 3 of these guys. It's more than I was willing to build. Let's see, tools die right there. Get you. Let's get one more wire coiler on here as well. Get you to work. Maybe that will be okay for now. That's you building what you need, and then we can just expand this to have this guy with some mainframes. And that should be everything producing. So we have mainframes, we're halfway done with the steel, which is nice. Motor is coming along, heavy tools is coming along. Biggest issue right now is this concrete. And that is actually running low of... what is that? Probably this silica, actually. Okay, now it's time to start working on the oil. So let's get you, let's get you. One out of these guys. And then we're gonna have the oil refinery right here. Couple of these. Some oil workers. That should get both of you up and running way better. Let's just expand these to make sure. I like once I hit this place in the game, you can kind of just splurge. You're making like 10,000 every minute. There's no reason not to. So that should get the oil up and running. Still think the concrete is the main issue here. Optimal thing would be to build concrete right here, but I don't think you can do that. Yeah, it just doesn't allow you to build anything on top of this. Ah, you can build there. Worth it? Maybe. Anywhere else? No? Just that one. Alright. Alright, then let's go from you down to here. That. Get some trains on there and get some trains onto here. You, that guy, 6 of these. Shove everything into here. And then we're gonna have some water as well. Anything there? Get spark engine with water. Give myself another water pump. And then these are gonna go just down to here. Like that. Do this. Get you to be working as much as possible. And let's do 6 of those. Okay, we are now pushing quite hard on the concrete. I just made 250 at the moment. We're 40 minutes into, or 40 minutes left, I guess, of this mission. And yeah, the main issue we're having is actually with silica. There's just so much cargo that needs to be delivered. So I managed to cheat a little bit and get one up here, so I'm kind of focusing on this at the moment. Because if we can have this guy producing the majority of it, that's actually gonna be pretty good. So he is getting a lot of silica from these guys. Hopefully that should be pretty good. We'll see there. Maybe you could be a larger train. What if we do you with something like... I think 18 is divisible by 6. Yes. So if we do that, then he should be able to keep this filled up fairly well. And we should be able to get rid of one of you. Then he will turn around. Yeah, I think having really large trains actually do help quite a bit. And we should probably do the same with you if we had enough, which we kind of do. So what if we do the same with you? We add 3 of those and we do 18 tiles instead. See if he can keep up with that. Ooh, we're actually emptying everything now at least. That's good to see. You just need more water, which is actually coming here. So once he turns around, see if we're gonna need another train on this. I don't think so. Do you actually believe that he will be able to get up? Yeah. He's doing fine. Okay guys, my very big apology, but I really don't want to redo all of this. Apparently the fucking recording is corrupted. So that's fun. During the last half an hour, I'm gonna quickly summarize it. As you can see, we did actually reach an S ranking. It was on the nose, but a few minutes left to go, and we managed to actually do it. I didn't actually do that much different from how it looked like when we last left off. We were working on this one at that point. We did get to the point where we actually leveled this up to the maximum level. And we added these large train, as you can see. We also split this off eventually. So instead of the CPUs and all of that using the same as the concrete, we're using this silica instead for all of that stuff. We also expanded those trains a little bit. And then honestly, the last half an hour, 25 minutes, what we were doing was just upgrading these. So more or less every single one of these buildings that's around here are at the highest level. So it's all just continuously producing. We're making sure that upkeep is constant, and eventually we just hit that S rank. So despite the fact that I missed some content, we were about half an hour of lost footage there. But in general, looking pretty good. And we got another S rank, so I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then click that like button. If you're really dissatisfied with the content being missed here and the footage not being shown, then there's a dislike button for that as well. So make sure you bump that one if that's the case. And of course, I would love to see you in the next one. So hit that subscribe button and I'll see you there. Bye everyone.